What's up, guys? It's your boy Punk. It's Punk Boys Trip League Forum. You know what it is. Tell me about your day in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of these videos. Alright, let's get it started. So this is the story about the time my ex-girlfriend's friend offered me a blowjob in front of her. So this story begins on a pretty regular day. I was kind of just chilling in my room, editing some music, editing some tracks, and my ex-girlfriend hits me up. She's like, yo, hey, what's going on tonight? I was like, I looked at my phone, texted her back, like, oh, not too much, just chilling, what's up? And she's like, do you mind if I come over with a friend? And I was like, sounds good, I suppose, why? She's like, oh, I just want to chill, smoke up, hang out a little bit. It's like, alright, sounds good. Yeah, come on over, I'm free pretty much all day. So she ended up coming over, like not too long after that. Her and her friend get there, and we're gonna call them Jess and Janice. So Jess is my ex-girlfriend and Janice is her friend. So Jess and Janice get there. They come on downstairs because I was in the studio, and I usually have that like in the basement in the corner of a nice room. And I was like, yo, what's up? And they come in, they're like, nothing, you wanna smoke? And I already had some pre-rolls and some stuff in my grinder, so it was pretty easy. I was like, is that all you guys came here for? And gave them the skeptical look. And I was like, nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's do it. And they looked at each other and they're like, ha ha ha. And I pretty much had the vibe that they might be there just to buy some weed or something. So I was like, yeah, this is some new stuff, check it out. If you want some, you know what the deal is. And she's like, cool, yeah, I might grab some. So a couple hours goes by, we're chilling, smoking, talking, and I randomly had this thought like, oh wow, maybe I should offer them mushrooms. And so I go into my closet and I pulled out a bag, had a bunch of mushrooms in it, Golden Teacher, and I was like, yo, hey guys, would you be interested in taking some mushrooms tonight? And they both looked at me, and they looked at each other, and they were like, yes, let's do it now. And I was like, okay, let's get some drinks and some more weed, and let's eat them. And so we're like, yeah, that's awesome. So basically, we set up my room so that it was cool. We actually turned on some Christmas lights and just put on some soft, quiet music and started eating the mushrooms and smoking more. We're chilling. We have like tons of strawberries, tons of snacks, and just we're ready for an extreme trip. Now, we only ate like 1.6 each, so it wasn't like tons of mushrooms, just like 1.5 grams, a little bit more. But yeah, so, and then an unknown amount because I just took a pinch out of my bag and just ate that. And so I was like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And we're having fun. This is actually just kind of like a basic trip, chilling. We were laughing. We ended up having a food fight. I still don't know where the strawberries landed. Like, we threw so many random strawberries and random food that like my room was trashed for weeks. I was still finding stuff afterwards. Like a month later, I was like, what the hell is this? Is this a fucking strawberry in my shoe, like under the bed? And it was. I don't even know what the fuck, how that got there. But anyway, we're chilling, smoking, laughing about stupid stuff. And I had to go to the bathroom, so I stand up. And the bathroom's not too far away, but I was like, oh wow, I need to really go. So I got up and kind of just jumped up and left the room. And they were like, what the hell? Where's he going? I go into the bathroom, I come back, and they're both staring at me like as if I was the shit. I was like, wow, they both are like really like staring at me, and I can feel it. And the girl's like, Gucci, Gucci, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. This was so Janice, she just starts saying Gucci gang, and she basically started singing Lil Pump's song, like kind of slow and in a deep, like a cool, she sang it in a cool way. She's like, my lean costs more than your rent, like a different way, you know, like I don't know how she was doing it exactly. That was horrible. That's not how she sounded at all. But she was basically just singing the lyrics to that song in a new way I never heard before. And I looked at her and I looked at my ex and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I never thought I'd be chilling in here, tripping, having a great time, and having like a fan who believes in my music. Because I actually had a Gucci shirt on and she knew that I was like an artist at that point. So I was like, cool, this like feels lit. So I climbed back in my bed. That's where I was sitting during the whole trip so far. And they were basically sitting on this like bench part of my bed, because there's like 2 levels, and I had a higher level that I sat on and then a lower level, and that's where my guests would sit. And they're basically just sitting there with the food on the higher level so they can use it as like a table. It was basically like a picnic table, but my bed without the inside or under the picnic table, so it's just like a staircase. But it was lit. And yeah, so I'm chilling, and Janice randomly looks at me and does like the blowjob motion in her, like a sign, like where they like put their tongue in their cheek and then make a fist and put it up to their mouth, basically. So she was doing that, and I was like, okay. And I looked at my ex, and she saw her doing that, and then she literally said, yo, do you want a blowjob? And I was like, what? Like, I basically thought this was a trick. I was like, what the fuck? My ex is sitting here, this girl's offering me a blowjob in front of her, they're like best friends. Why the fuck would they do that? I knew this was something fishy. Like, I literally smelled basil. And if you break the word basil down, it looks like it comes from basilisk, which is a snake. So I was like, wow, I smell snakes. You feel me? I got all creeped out like, dude, this must be a trip. This must be a trick during my trip. And so I was really tripped out about this. I was like, no, I'm not falling for this. You guys are just trying to play the shit out of me right now. And so that's what I thought. And so I was like, no, I'm good. And it was hella awkward to just be like offered a blowjob in front of my ex, especially because I still kind of like wanted my ex at the time. And eventually I was just like, no, I'm good. And they both left a little bit after that and went upstairs and made more like snacks and stuff. And I don't know where they even went after that, but yeah, it was pretty awkward because, sometimes I'm like, man, I should have said yes, and probably a lot of you guys are like, wow, what if is you fucking gay? I'm like, no, I'm not gay, guys. I'm literally just like, I don't want to be disrespected or tricked into doing things, and that just seemed really fishy to me. If you were in the situation where your friends or your ex's best friend is like, yo, you want a blowjob right in front of her, wouldn't you think that was kind of a trick? Especially if you're trying to get your ex back. So yeah, it just seemed like a little fishy to me. But yeah, that's the story about the time when Janice offered me a blowjob in front of Jess. Hey, stay lit, guys. The moral of the story is just do what you want, because who knows? And yeah, take drugs. I mean, don't do drugs. Have a safe trip if you do. Yeah, it's been a Punk Boys trip. You know what to do. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Drop a like if you want more like this. Subscribe if you're new. Peace out.